Hey, welcome to the Junk Project. I'm your
For having
host,
me.
Michelle Hill, and today we have the awesome opportunity to be joined with Jason Lafferty. Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Excellent. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on here.
Thanks for being so patient with our technical issues earlier. I think it took us like 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's part of the fun.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate your optimistic viewpoint.
Yeah, right. I try.
So share with our audience what you do.
I'm a residential real estate agent here in Fort Worth, in the Tarrant County area, and I'm putting together. I got involved with a franchise called Network in Action, putting together some local networking groups as well. So that's what I'm kind of focused on. Just talking to more business owners in the area and just connecting with people and trying to help out and just grow my brand really.
I love it. I love it. So how's the I hear up and down with the real estate market right now. I hear, oh, it's gonna slow down. Then I read something and it's like, no, Fort Worth is still on fire. So what's it
Yeah.
like right now?
It's I guess just starting to be more and more pockets. Like when you go to Keller, those people are still nuts. Just people are like like shark feeding frenzy.
Yeah.
I had one buyer over there, it was like 50,000 over asking, just crazy. And there was 20 offers on one house. But then you go to other pockets, Fort Worth or even outside of it. Like I had a couple buyers in Cleburne, and you just win the first offer. There was maybe one or two other offers, and they weren't crazy. So overall, it's starting to slow down because the interest rates are going up, and it's kind of squeezing people's loan amounts and their premiums and stuff. So we're seeing a little trend.
Yeah. That's what my husband had said. He thought it was gonna slow down because he's looking at maybe buying something next year, but now he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah, there's no way to tell, but I think it's starting to slow down a little bit. But I mean, it's nothing crazy. There's still a lack of houses. There's still, so many people moving to Texas, DFW especially. So I don't know. It's rough out there for buyers.
I know. I've noticed the traffic get worse, and I'm like, no, stop moving.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I get it. I mean, if I didn't like where I was at, I'd move too. But I'm like, oh my gosh, we're having problems we didn't have before.
Right. Yeah, never any construction and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my house was built in 73, and when I moved into it in 01, I think it was like $80,000.
Yeah.
And I think now they're selling in my neighborhood for like 250, 300.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is nuts,
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. And my house is paid off, so I'm super stoked about that because I don't like payments. So
Oh yeah, peace of mind there.
yeah, yeah. Well, I told my husband I'd love to have a bigger house, but I can't have a bigger house unless I have the money to buy a bigger house because I don't want payments. So I better have the cash. And now it's gonna take more cash.
Yeah.
So, but it's just crazy. I know Watauga one year, I don't remember how they said it exactly, but it was like one of the top cities either in Texas or one of the top cities in Tarrant County.
Yeah. I
And
believe it.
it went nuts here for a year or so. I think it might still be nuts, but of course we're next door to Keller, so I think that's just nuts.
Birdville ISD is a good school district too.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
It's desirable.
Yeah. Yep. Keller's just blown up too. It's crazy.
Yeah, those people
Really?
lost their minds, in my opinion. In terms of the buyers, it's like y'all just need to calm down.
I saw a post, I think it was on Facebook. I guess this guy in New York City had an open house, and I think he had, I don't know, over 17 people or something show up for the open house. It's a lot of people, and apparently they've never had that many come to one open house. And then I heard the Florida market is weird. as well. I think
Yeah.
it's worse than what we're going through.
Yeah, there's definitely an influx of people that, work remotely. So it
Oh
changes
yeah,
habit, change of there's definitely like a shift on where people are living.
I didn't even think about that because I don't get to work from home. So I mean, not like that, but
Sure.
um, yeah, that's pretty crazy. So how long have you been doing real estate?
This is my second year, so still
Uh,
kind of my teeth and building and everything. So it's pretty cool because there's always just different things you can learn about, the just about the houses in general, or just the transactions and the
mhm.
negotiating side of things. So you can just get better each and every time, and just try to help people out because it's always something. It's like an evolving kind of market, so it's always something to learn. It keeps you on your toes. Because I've been in
I
insurance and health insurance for a while, and it's kind of boring. So at least it's a little more exciting. You know, you're fighting for your clients, and you're kind of battling it out sometimes.
wow. Wow. I was looking at selling real estate and I'm like, yeah, no. Just it looks
Yeah,
tough. It looks pretty tough.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I my hat's off to all of y'all that do that. That is something I just don't get, but I'm good. I'm good at picking up trash and I'm just gonna stick with
You do
that.
what you're good at. That's what I always say.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So is there any like other side jobs you do or hustles you have going, or right now is it your focus just the networking group and the is it the brokerage account? I mean brokerage that you do or the
Yeah,
real estate?
yeah. Real estate as an agent. So those are
Okay,
those
okay.
those are my main focus. But I'm always been kind of a serial entrepreneur. So my big side piece is I'm trying to start an RV park, kind of probably south of Fort Worth, out in Johnson County or Hill County, to where you have all these influx of people that it's hard to find places to rent for under $1,500 a month. So I feel like there's going to be a trend of people heading to little RV parks where you can just park your camper, pay $400 a month, and you got Wi-Fi, sewage, power, and water and laundry services. So just have like a real basic kind of setup, just a cheap, affordable housing alternative.
I think that's a cool idea. So it was really kind of funny. I don't know exactly how to word it, but you know how I don't know how my mom got it. I don't know if it was on Facebook because she's really not on Facebook, but we'll say Facebook, okay?
Uh huh.
So it'll show a picture of a tiny house and it'll be like, oh, check out, where our senior citizens are moving to now in Roanoke, Texas, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like really about those tiny houses in Roanoke. It might be about the tiny houses, but not in
Yeah.
Roanoke. And she's all interested in this, and I go, I'm going to tell you right now, they don't have tiny houses like this in that city. So, but I said, if you're looking for a mother-in-law suite, just let me know. I'll see what I mean. She's my mom, but
Yeah.
they call it the mother-in-law suite.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are more and more popular with new builds too. You're seeing some more of those pop up.
I've seen a lot of houses now that have well, and some are the older ones where they have two master bedrooms, master baths, and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And it's neat to see because they're so different. We had one customer, I think his house was, I don't know, about 6,000 square feet. So I had about six bedrooms, four bathrooms or something. But
Yeah.
our biggest house we ever did, and we didn't get to go in it. They were still building it, but it was a 10,000 square foot home.
Woo.
And I was like, wow. I mean, that's like a warehouse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
night, a warehouse that's beautiful, just amazing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I had to admit, I was just a little jealous of that. That was
Yeah.
just
They better have a
the
basketball goal or a bowling alley in there.
man, it was beautiful. It's in South Lake too. We did a fence demolition. They wanted some fence torn down, or yeah, wooden fence. But it was just, man, it was just beautiful. And it wasn't even, I mean, the house was mostly finished, so you could see the outside of the house pretty much built.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, what do you do? I have to know. I have to know. And he's like, I'm a corporate attorney. I'm like, daggum, I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, right.
Wow. I was impressive. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty neat.
So it was just cool. Yeah. I can't even imagine that yet. Not yet. That's what I'm working towards. That's my
You got,
goal.
yeah.
Then
You
I
got
can put my mom in the other side of the house so I don't have to
really
listen
far
to
away.
her bitch at me. I love her very much, but I know she'd be like, why you do this? Why you do that? No, don't ask questions.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Don't even
We're not. She does it to me with my business too. And I'm like, look, I love you. I don't want to explain it. So if I either that or I have to explain it like 3 or 4 times because she can't hear me the first time. And I'm like, stop. So anyway, I'm gonna ask some questions, just some
Yeah.
fun questions. And 1 second here. And that way our listeners can get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about a time you failed and learned from it.
I thought about this one earlier actually. And when I was like, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something, I was like 24, 25. I had a transport company in Fort Worth, and it was, I had like 4 or 5 full-time drivers and a bunch of part-time drivers, and it was kind of taken off. But then that came just kind of like after 4 years, just kind of blew up in my face. And kind of what I learned from it is that like Ryan Stewman and Ed Milet talk about your financial thermostat. Like Ryan talks about, the G code, the grind, group, genetics, and gratitude. And so what I kind of attribute that was I wasn't really kind of like focused on me as like a whole person. Like my grind was my work ethic, and that was always pretty strong. My group of people back then were lacking. We were always partying, playing disc golf, and not the greatest crowd. And my genetics, I wasn't really exercising or being top of mind of a lot of things. I was just going through the motions, and so I just feel like what I learned is I should have been more intentional with my time and the opportunity, been more grateful with the opportunity that I had to kind of prevent some of those actions. So that's what I would say.
Yeah. It's funny you say opportunity. Oh, you froze up just a little bit. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hang on 1 second. Okay. So, yeah, it's funny you say opportunity because my husband's like, opportunity only knocks once. And I go, no, it doesn't. It knocks many times. Sometimes you catch it, sometimes you don't, sometimes it walks right by and says, see ya, whatever. But you had a second and you failed.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I think that was a really good story, and it really resonates a lot, with
Nice.
what you need to be doing and stuff. So the next question is, what do you think your unique skill is, and how has it helped you to become successful?
I would say resilience, because when that transport company happened, and like I had all my eggs in the basket and I was at it 100 miles an hour, when that just kind of came to a screeching halt overnight, I kind of just wanted to just get a job and say screw it. But instead I just picked up the pieces. I had a 1991 school bus, and I took it to Alabama and started a food truck, just kind of a little bit of on a whim. So I could have took the easy road out.
Wow.
I had a transport company we were talking about buying out my company, and he offered me a real sweet cush driving job. And so I kind of was like, wanted to take it, but I just didn't want to give up on my entrepreneur kind of hustling. So I'd say resilience, because there's been a few times where it's like, you just want to say, screw it, go crawl in a hole and disappear. But you got to get back up and keep fighting.
Yeah. I definitely understand that one a lot. you know, that's a hard one sometimes. You get
Yeah.
knocked off the horse, and sometimes I'll just sit there and drink a beer. I'm not going to get back up immediately, but I will get back up.
There you go.
So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. And let's see. If you had a TV show, what would it be about?
I would probably try to pitch, you know how like they have the restaurant rescue and the bar rescues, those TV shows. So I would
Yes.
try to pitch an RV park rescue, because I'm trying to dig into RV parks and learning about it and researching and all this stuff. So I'd go in there and find some RV parks that are struggling. There would probably be some easy comedy, kind of shenanigans going on. So I think it'd make a good TV show.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. In fact, a friend of mine, a customer, was on, I don't remember it was one of the restaurant shows. They came in and restaurant, I think it's Restaurant Impossible. And I
Yeah.
can't remember who hosts that, but they came in and redid his restaurant, and oh my gosh. So I went one time to go eat, and it's called From Across the Pond. Amazing food
Oh
in
yeah,
Hollyville.
one.
You have to.
Yeah,
Yes, have you been there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I love it. I love it. His it's some kind of bread pudding, I think. Oh my gosh, it's good. You know, calorie wise, no. So, but you know,
Yeah.
it was it's good. If he was closer, I'd be in trouble. So, all right. So, what is your favorite kind of music?
That's easy, just Texas country. So I like going to out Stephenville. There's a couple of like Larry Joe Taylor Music Festival. I like bringing the camper out there in April. It's like all week long, about 60 bands or so, and you bring your camper and just kind of hang out. So a lot of Texas country stuff.
Wow,
Like going
that's
down
pretty cool.
down to Green Hog and New Braunfels, and so
What's Green Hog? Is that like a concert venue or something?
Yeah.
Or
the oldest
okay.
the oldest dance hall in Texas. It's kind of an iconic little venue down there in New
Oh,
Braunfels.
sweet.
Yeah.
I've never been to a concert, so I don't know about I don't know about any of
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I would not have guessed you for country.
No.
No. Maybe techno or EDM. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. That rave music.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know, it's funny. I used to drive 18-wheelers, and I went over the road for a month because I was having trouble understanding how to drive the truck. And I figure if I'm stuck in the truck, I will learn it. And my trainer goes, when you're driving, you can turn the station on whatever you want. So I listen to techno and EDM, and it's got that one repetitive beat. Doom, 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 right? He goes, as soon as you get it out of that truck, I'm deleting that station. He hated it.
Yeah, right. Need some headphones.
Oh, I guess to him it was bad. I guess after a while it does kind of get old because it's just the same kind of beat. But it was really
keeps
funny.
you awake,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, going over the road sucked, and yeah, I didn't like it. But that's another story. So, what's your favorite holiday?
I kind of want to say 4th of July, just because it's fireworks and blowing stuff up. But I feel like it's Halloween, because it's always a good reason to get together with some friends and just kind of act a little weird and have a good time.
Do you dress up?
I don't like dressing up. I'm a good sport. I like to be festive, but I don't like dressing up.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah. I haven't dressed up in a long time, so yeah, I have a hard time doing that part still.
Yeah.
But but I love Halloween because my son was born on Halloween. So I told him, he's 30 now, but I told him, yeah, everybody's dressed up for you, hun. you know, give
Yeah.
him a, I always wore him out. I had fun with him. It was hilarious.
Nice.
So, what is the most courageous thing you've ever done? I love this question.
Well, that's deep. I would kind of go back to I think like the first question, and just about overall, generally speaking, just resilience. Because like I
Yeah.
said, I had a food truck in Alabama for 4 years, and that was really taking off. And then I was just driving down the road, and I had a blowout, and I took out a streetlight pole, and the streetlight pole landed in my lap, and the fire department had to crawl me out of the windshield, and I had a couple
Wow.
beers, and so they gave me a DUI as well. And then I forgot to pay my auto insurance bill, so my $60,000 food truck just
Oh
got
no.
totaled. And so I woke up the next day when I got out of jail, and I was like, all these people started canceling all my events, because they didn't want the bad publicity. So I was like, here we go again. I'm gonna have to pick up the pieces and move back to Texas and start over again.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't even know that. I mean,
Yeah.
not that I was expected to know, but
Sure.
that's just crazy.
Yeah, it's been a little
So
wild.
I hear, yeah. Oh my gosh. That just sucks,
Yeah.
And what kind of food truck was it? What kind of food did you cook?
I smoked brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, and then did like loaded fries and tacos, and did like brisket queso on a hot dog, and just that was kind of the main draw there.
Have you thought of doing that again? Maybe having somebody else do it, but your truck?
I thought it would be cool. It's just with the industry like that, it's all about the person. So
Oh,
if I had the concept and the idea and everything, if you don't have that key person, then it just everything falls apart. So it didn't really feel like a good model for me.
right.
The cool
That
factor was
sounds,
neat though. It was cool. I
yeah,
was published
yeah.
in different news articles, and I was in a book for how to start a food truck. If you want to do it out of a school bus, and they quoted me in the book. So that part was cool,
Sweet.
but I mean, it's just an interesting business, I guess.
Was it the short bus?
No, it was 36 feet long, and I drove it around like it was in a car, just honking at people. And
Now, did
they saw me coming.
it still look like a school bus? It just had the kitchen inside, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I just cut a hole out of the window and framed in a window for the ordering
Yeah.
window, and then gutted the inside, and then did like diamond plate floors, put a hood vent system and a grill and all that in there.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen a school bus kitchen before, so that's pretty cool. The
Yeah.
concept of that was really cool. Yeah, I like that. I could see where it would stick out. Did you keep the colors yellow?
Yep.
The same.
Yeah, I just put a few branded stickers across the bus and all that. So
Wow, that's pretty neat. Okay, so just lost my screen here. When you're having a bad day, what do you what do to make yourself feel better?
that one's easy. I've caught myself doing this like a couple of years ago. So when I'm having like a crappy day or whatever, I'll just start researching vacation ideas, or like how much it would cost. So like last week, I was sitting there and I got this travel email about cheap tickets to Aruba. So I started looking into it. I'm like, okay, the island, it was $322 for the plane ticket. The island's about 45 minutes. There was cheap rental cars. I narrowed down the good time to go because the weather's about the same year round. So I'm like, okay, about $3,000. Me and my girl, we can go and have a good time in Aruba. So I did all that in like an hour, and then it's like my troubles went away. Because I'm over here thinking about the beach and all that stuff.
The margaritas.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my gosh, I've never left the country. I'm scared to leave the country, I'll be honest. So I just don't know. I don't even want to leave the state, much less the city.
Yeah.
So my husband wants to travel, but I'm working on that.
I went to Costa Rica in February. That place was pretty neat. It's real safe, real easy going.
Is it?
Yeah.
pretty
was a good
good
thing.
for tourists and stuff
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
easy to get around, a lot safer than Mexico, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Mexico, and I sure don't want to go to Colombia and anything
Yeah.
else. And then I heard, is it Italy where it's all water, right? I heard that kind of stinks. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, you know what? It looks really good on my TV. So
Not for everybody.
I'm good. I got the gist of what it might feel like if I'm standing there next to it. I'm good.
Yeah.
So, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
Um, I don't know. That one's kind of hard to say because I would say it always comes back to the resilience. Like after the food truck, I just was like, screw this. I'm not gonna settle. The I called an old friend. My first phone call was like, hey man, I'm about 30 years old and I don't really have any particular set of skills. I know I know how to run a business, and I've done that for the past almost 10 years. And he's like, call my brother, Brian McKittrick. He's like, call him, and he's doing good in the insurance space. So my second phone call was I called Brian, and he was kind of telling me about the ins and outs of it. And I was like, I could still be my own boss, still self-employed. It's not like a W-2 job or anything. So I was like,
Yeah.
screw it. I went and got licensed in the next couple of weeks and just kind of went after that instead of, I had a couple of friends that were like, oh, I can get you a job with so and so, and I was just like, I felt like that would be given up.
Yeah. So was insurance hard to learn or the test hard to take?
It was health insurance, and the test wasn't hard. For me, it was just like I had like 10 years of experience running a business and like selling myself, but insurance was more telephone sales, just kind of a different dynamic, and you had so just a whole different kind of process. I sucked really bad when I started out and just kept chipping away at it and listening
Yeah.
to people that were doing good. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I replicate that?
Yeah.
You kind of develop skills from there.
I promise you, everybody sucks starting out.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I remember going into the gym, I don't know, about 20 years ago, and it was Stroud's Gym in Hearst, and the owner, Kirk, who has passed away since then, there's a lot of bodybuilders in that gym. And I'm looking at him going, I can't do what they're doing. And he goes, every single person in here started at 10 pounds. And I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And it just literally changed my perspective on everything because I just never saw it like that because I'm looking at what these experienced people can do and I can't do that. And I look that in my business, I look at that in everything and I'm like, okay, just remember, we all started at 10. Now some can get to 20 much faster than others, but that's okay. We still all started at the same point and we work our way up at our level, at our speed. And so that I have to keep that reminding myself of that. So I don't sit here. I remember one time I tried to start a business thinking I'm Walmart. So I'm going to buy everything I don't need because I've got to have it for my office. And I'm like, I'm not Walmart. I'm not starting off like Walmart. And so it's funny how you really have to work on your perspective and your mentality. So I really like that a lot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's some good perspective.
Yeah, it helps. Sometimes I still forget it, but it definitely is a good reminder. What habits have you created that helped you succeed?
I would say doing 75 hard last year, kind of because I have a little bit of blood pressure issue, and I'm like, I feel like I'm too young to be having to deal with this crap.
Wow, yeah.
And I needed
Yeah.
to trim up and just kind of reset my habits. So I think that, now I feel pretty good that, about 5 days or so a week or 6 days a week, I'm getting up at 6 in the morning. I take 30 minutes to read something good. And then I head to the gym and, have breakfast and just kind of just that routine, just it makes everything a little bit smoother. Like I'm ahead of schedule, and I don't feel sluggish and behind and everything. So it kind of sets the day and gets things in motion, gets things rolling.
I like that. I like that. That I think that's real important in the hitting the gym in the morning. It's really funny. The other day, I was a little hungover when I went to the gym, and my trainer goes, you could have not showed up, and I said, no, you told me if I don't show up, I have to give you 24-hour notice. I didn't realize how I felt till I just woke up a few hours ago. So I'm coming to the gym, and I wasn't that bad. I wasn't nauseous or sick, but I was definitely sweating some beer.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not doing this one again. I happened to have like 5 shots, and I was like, for me, that's a lot,
Yeah.
but 3 of them were together. The first 2 were like several hours earlier.
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not ever doing that one again, and definitely not going to the gym on that.
Yeah, a little sluggish.
It was a hard day.
Yeah.
So our last question is, how do you get rid of the trash in your life when it piles up?
Are we talking about like physically?
No, well, metaphorically or physically, it could be the mental, emotional, physical
Okay.
junk. Like we had one person say, he talked about, it was really funny. He does custom trucks, lifts and stuff like that. And then he'll take stuff and sell it on eBay. And he goes, yeah, I get rid of it by selling it on eBay. I'm like, well, that was a really funny answer. So
Yeah.
that was pretty good, really.
Yeah. Nice simple answer there.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I would say I've been doing a lot, been involved with like Apex and stuff, doing a lot with just personal development. So I've just been, working on my core values, but mostly like getting clarity on what I want and kind of like being more purposeful with my time. So I think getting clarity on what exactly what I want and what I'm aiming for, it kind of helps declutter the stuff, because you start seeing like, well, you say I want this, and then you have all this junk over here. Then it's like, if you really want what you say you want, then your actions aren't reflecting it. So that'll kind of clear up that way.
That's like an excellent answer. And it's so absolutely true that it's a lot like what I'm doing. I struggle exactly with that. If I'm trying to go forward, yet I have all this junk over here that
Mhm.
keeps taking my attention away from walking forward.
Yeah.
And man, that was really a great answer. That you really have to deal with it and get rid of it if you want to continue moving on
Mhm.
without, carrying 100 extra pounds of junk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's awesome. We would love for you to leave your contact information for especially for your networking group and
Mhm.
for your real estate, so our audience can get a hold of you and reach out to you if they especially with the networking group. I think that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been good so far. I think the easiest thing would be my digital business cards, JasonVLafferty.com.
Spell that again, Jason.
Jason, and then V as in Victor.
Okay.
And my last name Lafferty, Lafferty.
Okay.
So that's just kind of my general business digital card where you can get in touch with me. And
okay. And is it at .com?
.com. JasonVLafferty.com.
Okay, cool. And
Yeah.
I'll definitely put this in the post as well, so people can, see it
Cool.
and
Well, thanks
copy
for
and
having
paste
me.
it. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. It was a challenge for about 20-30 minutes, it felt like. And
Yeah.
we survived. We didn't
Made it.
die.
Yeah.
Eventually got
broken.
to. Some of us are not technically what do you call it? Whatever. I'm technically challenged. So
Yeah.
I'm it's a learn, it's a progress, something every day. I think I got figured out and then something else happens and I have no clue. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Right.
we appreciate it. We truly appreciate you coming on and sharing with us, and man, some awesome answers to our questions. And
Right.
it was just amazing. And I just really appreciate you coming on. So,
Sure thing.
Yeah. I'll keep in touch with you on
Yeah.
Facebook, and I'll post your Facebook contact info as well when we
Okay,
post
cool.
the show. And are you on Instagram or anything else?
I'm trying to be, but I'm not really.
Okay.
I'm like one thing at a time. I'll get like I've been telling myself for 2 years I'm gonna be more active on Facebook, and then I'll start doing some more with Instagram and stuff. But we're not there
Yeah,
yet.
I'll tell you, it's hard. It's hard. I have Instagram, but I'm there. I don't know how present I am, but I'm there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I get it. Well, awesome. Thank you all so much for joining in with us, and we
Yeah.
appreciate it. And we are signing off.
Yeah,
Y'all
see
have
ya.
an awesome day.
You too.